Hello everyone, welcome back. It's the Blaze Killer, and today, baby, we're gonna be doing a Pogostuck map 1 tier list. We're gonna have a couple sections, okay? S tier is gonna be impossible. It's just ridiculous, absolutely utter impossible. A is brutal. It's a brutal section. It's infuriating. B section is, it's pretty doable. It's pretty doable. It's not super infuriating. D is absolute light work. Light work, no reaction. And F is baby food. It's baby food. It's goo goo gaga. Even when you load into the game, it's goo goo gaga. So, let's see. We're going to start. Let's just see if we could start from banana section. This is absolute, complete, utter baby food. It's basically the first hump that you ever get over in the game. Oh, wow. Wait, no. This is, hold on. We're changing our, this is absolute, complete baby food. It is probably the most baby food. Right when you load into the game, you jump up on these, are these mushrooms? Or, I don't know, jelly beans? I'm gonna just call it jelly bean. The jelly bean section, absolute baby food. Next section is the banana section. Absolute baby food as well. Bone pit. Let's see, where's the bone pit? Bone pit. Bone pit. It is very easy. Is it very easy? Is it baby food easy? I think it's gonna be our first light work category. So we're gonna put it in D tier. Your first like 30 minutes playing, you're struggling to get out a bone pit, you might be in like you might not be able to make it. This place here, which you cross the bone and then you go up at a slant and there's wind that's pushing against you. I would say that this section is, I think I'll put it in light work, but I think I'll put it in light work above the bone pit here. Out of grapes. I'm gonna add a grape section real quick because it deserves its own spot. Now, grape section. I gotta think about this. Grapes itself, I would say, is under the doable category. What's infuriating about grapes is not grapes itself, it's previous higher jumps that push you back down to grapes. So I would put grapes under doable. It's brutal when you fall back down to grapes, but being at grapes itself is not brutal. I would say we'd put it in B tier for doable. This is at the very beginning, after the wind jump, after like the slant wind jumps, you go and you enter an area where there's the tree, and then you jump from tree to get to grapes. That's what I think this section is right here. And that is actually that actually is a little bit difficult. I'm gonna put it at the very beginning of light work. Or not light work, doable. So it's the easiest of the doables. Grapes. So after grapes, then you get up to here, this section here. And that's the mushroom jump. Very infuriating. I would say I probably spent the most amount of time at these mushroom jumps right here. And I think I'm gonna put it in top of brutal. Top of brutal, because really it is a I guess we'll just move this up here too so there's no confusion. These parts are the same, they're the same, but this is just, I grabbed a better picture so you kind of know what I'm talking about. The brutal part about that section is it's sometimes hard to get the jumps up those branches if you don't do it immediately from the descent, and it's so easy to slip off of those mushroom jumps. That being said, part of the reason why it took so long was because pineapple jumps right here. Now, pineapple jumps, I think pineapple jumps might be my most hated section. I think this might be a hot take, but I think the pineapple section is harder than almost the entire game. And you have to go from mushroom jump up and over pineapple section. It is so easy to slip and fall in the pineapple section. I'm telling you, I've done it so many times. It's part of the reason why I've spent so long on this game. If the pineapple section was removed entirely, I would have finished the game probably 15 hours earlier. I think I'm actually going to put the pineapple jumps in S tier. It might be a hot take, but that's honestly what I think. Got this section here. This section here, I'll be honest, it is light work. Such light work. I mean, the first, like hold on, there we go. The first time I did that section, it was like, oh man, I hit my head on the top of that. But then once you figure out that you just don't do a full boost, you just do a little boost, that section is so ridiculously easy. The hardest part is getting up to those pineapple jumps in the first place. But after you do those pineapple jumps, this little section where you have these couple of jumps to get into the next part is so easy. Then those, I know, man, I'm saying this. No, I'm gonna do that. That section actually takes more time to do sometimes. It's a lot easier to mess up. You gotta be more precise with your jumps. This section to get into that next section is so easy. We have, the palm tree section. At the very beginning, I got extremely infuriated about this. But what is not as bad as this section, which is why I think I'm gonna put it in doable, is the fact that there's not really like a loss of progress if you fail. Because if you fail from these pineapple jumps, if you fail the palm tree jumps, then you kind of just basically go back to the bottom of the tree. And yeah, it's annoying, it's aggravating how it works, because if your guy bonks it a little bit, you just go flying off. It's really hard to recover. But once you've figured out the kind of some of the jumps you can do, it is very easy. So I'm gonna put this under doable, 100% doable. I'm gonna put it, let's see, I'm probably gonna put it at the top of doable, in between, so above grapes. So it's a little bit harder than grapes, but it's kind of around grapes area. I wouldn't say it's as brutal as the mushroom section to be. I know that sounds ridiculous, but that's kind of what I think. Okay, next section. After you beat the palm trees, then this jump right here. So you jump on top of the little two rock heads, and then you jump all the way down and then over to the left to the mushroom section. It was light work. I mean, there were times where I messed it up, but it is so easy to make. There's so much lenience with the jumps. If you fall down from like bouncing on the mushrooms, you can recover back to the mushroom section without even a full boost. Very easy section, very light work-esque. I am gonna put this in light work, I think. And I think I'm gonna put this, dude, I think Bone Pit is actually more annoying than this jump you do here. I'm serious about that. I think that's the easiest, like, almost baby food territory. Mushroom section, I mean, it's an easier section in and of itself than the palm tree, in my opinion. But the fact that the palm tree does not reset you far, I'm going to put it above the palm tree section. And you have the rock section here. It is pretty difficult. You have to climb up a rock section, zigzag pattern, and then you have to jump on top, bounce, and then you have to jump on a kind of thin pillar, and then you have to jump on an even thinner pillar to then get up to the area where you can go and zigzag up and then do the anvil jump. I spent a lot of my time here as well. Like 60% for the mushroom, I probably spent another 20%. And when you fall, it's somewhat easy to fall, and you fall back to palm tree section usually if you don't recover it. I think this goes in brutal. It's a pretty brutal section. Okay, next section. After that, you have the notorious anvil jump. Even if you kind of miss it, there's still a pretty easy chance that you can recover it. I think I will put this, and when you fall really from anvil jump, you fall down to the rock section. That's tough. I mean, we got some really tough ones left. I think I'm gonna put this in doable. Above mushroom jump. Almost brutal, but not really brutal. I don't think we could quantify this as brutal. So first, after you hit anvil jump, you get to here. This part right here. It's kind of like the first area, and then you jump across into the next area, which then you go up to a higher area. This jump itself, to get to the anvil and to get to the next part, it's pretty difficult. I would say it's not near as difficult as what comes next after that, though. I would say that that's pretty easy compared to the other ones. So I think I would put this jump, I think anvil jump is harder than it. I would put it right behind anvil jump in doable. So next, right after this jump with the flowers and stuff, you jump across, and then you jump to this section right here. And to that section, you have to do two baby sideways jumps. And it is not extremely difficult, but it's easy. It is so easy in this section to make a mistake. And if you hesitate a little bit, not only are you falling down, you are falling down to at least 40%. You are falling down to at least mushroom, and then maybe you could bounce up to pineapple, or you are falling down all the way back to grapes, which is like 25% at the very bottom of grapes. That is very, very, very common for that to happen, and because of that, I'm gonna put this top of brutal. I'm not gonna put it at impossible, but I'm gonna put it at top of brutal. And this jump you have to make, so after you do the two side jumps, you got to carefully jump, do a full 360, and then jump up to that little lip. You could try and do a 360 and go up to that final section, or you can try and take your time and readjust and then do another double jump to get up there, and then try and get up to the snow section. That being said, this I think it is the hardest section in the game. I think it's the hardest section in the game. You get punished so hard for falling there. You get up to around 80%, and it's a fall from 80% to maybe even 25%. I mean, it's going to take you 10-15 minutes just to get back up to have a chance to make that jump again. It's one of the impossible jumps. It's one of the impossible jumps. I mean, I'm going to put it above pineapple. I mean, it is crazy. It's the snow section. It's the place to get up to the snow section with the armadillo there, and then it's the snow section. This stuff is baby food. I mean, I think even though I've made mistakes getting up to that other jump and fallen down, I think maybe there was one time where I accidentally fell all the way back down. It is such light work. It is such light work. I mean, it's extremely light work. I mean, I'm gonna put it bottom of light work. Like, it's almost baby food. It is ridiculous how easy that section is compared to how hard all the jumps you had to do from 50% on were. And then you move to this jump here. So this is after you do the snow section. You got to pillar up, and then you got to zigzag up, and then you got to go and zigzag back down to be able to get on the dinosaur. This is an extremely hard section. Fallen down there many times, but the fall is not that punishing. It brings you back down to anvil, and then I know you have to get up to the snow section through those hard jumps, but it's honestly not too bad. I'm gonna put this brutal, and I'm gonna put this brutal above. I'm gonna put that brutal above the kind of the rock jumps you do to get to the anvil. That's where I'm gonna put it. This is the dinosaur jump. It's kind of really the last final jump that you've got to do for the game, and it is a difficult jump. I mean, you gotta be careful with how you land on the T-Rex. There was 1 or 2 times where I fell down on accident. It's like it's a little harder than an anvil jump, because if you do fall, you fall down further, which is the egg jumps. To get the egg to the top, it was difficult for me. I watched back the video and I was at like 20 minutes, 24 minutes or something like that. And then by the end of it, I was at almost an hour. So I spent around half an hour just doing those jumps to get up there. I think maybe we add another category here. Now this section will be called easy but time consuming. And that will go to the egg jumps here. You got this, the basically getting the egg up there and then doing the final jump for the egg. Doing the final jump for the egg is actually not too bad if you're careful enough, because if you just really get a good bounce with the egg up there, then it's easy. I would say getting the egg up to that area is harder. Now, I've seen speedruns of this, and you can actually get up there without even the egg up there. So maybe if I would have done that, it would have been much quicker. But that's my tier list, guys. So I hope you guys enjoyed this episode, and I'll catch you in the next one. Take care. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.